Hey everyone! We are working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content and it is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now as we proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. The Toronto Blue Jays just caught the break of the century, and it all happened because of what went down last night. While everyone was sleeping, the baseball world shifted in Toronto's favor, and Ross Atkins is sitting in his office right now with the biggest grin you've ever seen. This isn't just about one trade, this is about the domino effect that just opened up the perfect opportunity for the Jays to snag a player that could completely transform their lineup. And the best part? Nobody's talking about it yet. You're getting the inside scoop right here, right now, before this thing explodes across baseball Twitter. Here's what happened. The Seattle Mariners just pulled the trigger on a massive deal, acquiring Donovan from the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, you might be thinking, wait, wasn't Donovan linked to the Blue Jays? Absolutely he was. Every insider, every rumor mill, every baseball analyst had Donovan's name connected to Toronto like peanut butter to jelly. But here's the thing, the Mariners swooped in and got him first. And you know what? That might be the best thing that could have happened to the Blue Jays. Why? Because the Cardinals just officially raised the white flag. They're not just testing the waters anymore, they're not just listening to offers, they are in full-blown fire sale mode. When a team trades away a player like Donovan, a versatile defensive wizard who can play multiple positions and hit for average, that's not a minor move. That's a franchise waving the surrender flag and screaming to the baseball world, everything must go. And the Cardinals have a stockpile of talent that they are now willing to move. Enter stage left, the player everyone should be talking about but isn't, Alec Berles. Now, before you jump to the comments saying you've never heard of this guy, let me paint you a picture. Alec Berles is a 27-year-old left-handed slugger who absolutely raked last year. We're talking an .802 OPS, 18 home runs, and a Silver Slugger award to top it off. This isn't some washed-up veteran looking for one last payday. This is a player entering his prime who can absolutely mash the baseball. And here's the kicker, he fits the Blue Jays like a custom-tailored suit. Think about what Toronto desperately needs right now. They need left-handed power. They need someone who can protect Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the lineup. They need versatility because John Schneider loves to play matchups and shuffle his defensive alignment like he's playing chess. Berles checks every single one of those boxes. He can play first base, backing up Vladdy on days when the big man wants to DH. He can slide into the corner outfield spots, giving Schneider options to play matchups against right-hand pitching. This guy is literally the Swiss Army knife the Blue Jays have been searching for. Let's talk numbers because the analytics on this guy are seriously impressive. Last year, Berles put up a 1.8 WAR despite not being a Gold Glove defender. His offense more than makes up for any defensive limitations. He hits the ball incredibly hard, his barrel percentage shows he's making quality contact, and here's something that'll shock you, he doesn't strike out a ton. In today's game where everyone's swinging for the fences and whiffing on sliders in the dirt, Berles actually puts the bat on the ball consistently. His strikeout rate is well below league average, which means he's not going to kill rallies with empty at-bats. Imagine this lineup construction. You've got George Springer at the top setting the table, then Berles hitting second as a left-handed bat, followed by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. crushing in the 3-hole. Against right-hand pitching, you could even flip it and have Berles hitting between Springer and Vladdy, creating a nightmare scenario for opposing managers. How do you pitch around that? You can't. And on days when the Blue Jays face a tough lefty, Schneider can sit Berles and plug in one of his right-hand bats. The versatility is absolutely off the charts. But wait, there's more. Dave Popkins, the Blue Jays' new hitting coach who's already being hailed as some kind of baseball wizard, could work absolute magic with Berles. Look at some of his advanced metrics, there's room for improvement. His barrel percentage, his launch angle, his spray chart shows he's primarily a pull hitter. Get him in Toronto's system, let Popkins work his coaching sorcery, and you could be looking at a guy who goes from an .802 OPS to an .850 or even a .900 OPS hitter. We've seen what happens when elite coaches get their hands on talented players with untapped potential. This could be one of those transformations that makes Ross Atkins look like an absolute genius. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What's it going to cost? The Cardinals just got a haul for Donovan, multiple prospects including 2 competitive balanced draft picks. That's not cheap. But here's the beautiful part. Berles is going to cost less than Donovan would have. Why? Because Donovan is the more complete player. He's an elite defender, he's more versatile positionally, he's had more consistent production. Berles is more of a bat-first guy with defensive limitations. That means the Blue Jays can probably get him without gutting their farm system. They won't have to give up the crown jewel prospects. They can probably swing a deal with mid-tier talent and maybe one higher-level piece. That's value, people. Think about what the Blue Jays have been trying to accomplish this offseason. They went out and got Anthony Santander for left-handed power. They've been linked to every available bat on the market that they are clearly trying to balance this lineup and give it some punch from the left side. Berles does exactly that without costing them the kind of prospects they'd need to trade for a superstar. This is what they call a high-value, medium-cost acquisition. It's the kind of move that contending teams make to put themselves over the top. And let's not forget the timing here. Spring training is about to begin, rosters are being finalized, and the Cardinals are now officially in seller mode. They just showed the entire league that they are willing to move their best players. Reports are flooding in from Katie Wu of The Athletic and other insiders confirming that St. Louis is open for business on multiple fronts. The window is wide open right now for Ross Atkins to pick up the phone and make this happen. But it's not just about Berles. Let's talk about some other exciting Blue Jays news that dropped recently. BetMGM just released their American League Rookie of the Year odds, and guess what? The Blue Jays have 2 players in the top 5. JAYS Savage is the heavy favorite at plus 300, and Kazumo Okamoto is sitting at plus 450, tied with Munetaka Murakami. This team is absolutely loaded with young talent that's about to make some serious noise. Savage is going to be an absolute monster this year. Mark my words, he's winning that Rookie of the Year award, and it's not going to be close. But having Okamoto right there with the same odds as Murakami? That's incredible. The Blue Jays could legitimately have 2 Rookie of the Year candidates in their lineup while competing for a division title. When was the last time we saw that kind of young talent combined with veteran leadership on the same roster? This team is built to win now and built to win for the next decade. Now, there is one small concern on the horizon. Jake Bloss, one of the Blue Jays' promising young pitchers, might be heading to the 60-day injured list once spring training begins. He underwent surgery on the ulnar collateral ligament in his elbow back in May, which never sounds great when you're talking about a pitcher's elbow. MLB Trade Rumors just published an article highlighting players who could miss significant time, and Bloss was featured prominently. The Blue Jays are going to have to make some tough decisions about whether to keep him in the minors or give him a major league roster spot, which would mean paying him big league salary and giving him service time. It's a delicate balancing act that Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro are going to have to navigate carefully. But let's get back to the main event here. The Alec Burleson trade possibility is the story that should be dominating headlines right now. Everything has fallen perfectly into place. The Cardinals are selling, Donovan is off the board, so there's no bidding war with Seattle, and the Blue Jays have the pieces to make a deal happen without sacrificing their future. This is the definition of opportunity knocking. Imagine opening day at the Rogers Center. The crowd is going absolutely bananas, the energy is electric, and the Blue Jays trot out a lineup featuring Springer, Burleson, Guerrero, Santander, and the rest of this absolutely stacked roster. Pitchers are going to be shaking in their cleats. There's no easy out in that lineup, no spot where you can take a breath and coast through an at-bat. That's how you win divisions. That's how you make deep playoff runs. That's how you bring a championship back to Toronto. The pieces are all there. The opportunity is staring Ross Atkins directly in the face. The Cardinals are ready to deal, the price is right, and Alec Burleson is the perfect fit for what this team needs. Now it's just a matter of pulling the trigger and making it happen. Will the Blue Jays seize this moment? Will they capitalize on the Cardinals' fire sale and add the left-handed bat that could put them over the top? We're about to find out. So there you have it, folks. The Blue Jays' dream trade scenario just fell into their lap thanks to Seattle grabbing Donovan and the Cardinals officially entering seller mode. Alec Burleson is sitting right there, ready to be scooped up by a team smart enough to recognize his value. All the dominoes have fallen perfectly, and now we wait to see if Toronto makes the move that could define their season. What do you think? Should the Blue Jays go all in on Berleson? What would you be willing to give up to get him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I want to hear from every single one of you. And listen, if you enjoyed this breakdown and you want to stay ahead of all the latest Blue Jays news before anyone else, you absolutely need to smash that subscribe button right now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update because things are moving fast and this off-season is far from over. Give this video a thumbs up if you're excited about the possibility of adding Berleson to this lineup, and share it with every Blue Jays fan you know because this is information they need to hear. Let's build this community together and ride this exciting season all the way to a championship. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, let's go Blue